She looks you dead in the eyes and says she was at her friend's place. No pause, no blink, voice steady as a surgeon's hand. You know she's lying, she knows you know, but she doesn't crack, not even a little. And weirdly, you're the one who starts second guessing yourself. That confidence, that's what we're unpacking today. Because it's not just boldness, it's a specific psychological skill she's been building since she was 12 years old. And once you understand how it works, you'll never let it slide past you again. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why she can deliver a lie like it's gospel truth, what your brain is missing that would catch her instantly, and how to handle it without turning into a paranoid wreck. I spent months tearing through deception research and mating psychology studies to figure this out. But if you want the shortcut to reading her real motives before you waste months in confusion, I wrote The Truth Detector: How to Know What She Really Wants, if she's using you, and when she's playing games. First link in the description gives you the full breakdown. But let's start with why this happens in the first place. Here's the thing, when she lies to you, she's not stressed about it. That's the part that throws you off. You expect nervousness, shifty eyes, stammering, all the stuff you do when you lie, but she's calm, too calm. So your brain goes, wait, maybe I'm wrong, maybe she's telling the truth. And just like that, the lie lands. But here's what's really happening. From the time she was a kid, she learned that small lies make life easier. Her friend asks if she likes her new hair. It's awful, but she says yes because saying no creates drama, and nothing bad happens. Actually, something good happens. Her friend smiles. Everyone's happy. That moment right there, that's training. She just learned that lying isn't dangerous. It's useful. Now compare that to you. You probably told your parents you didn't break the lamp. Your voice cracked. You got caught and you got punished. So your brain filed lying under high risk, avoid if possible. But her brain filed it under social tool, use when needed. So by the time she's sitting across from you, explaining why she was out until 3 a.m., she's done this 1,000 times before. You, maybe a dozen, and half those times you got caught. She's a black belt. You're still tying your shoes. But here's where it gets really wild. The reason she can lie so confidently isn't just practice. It's that her body doesn't react the same way yours does. When you lie, your nervous system freaks out, heart pounds, palms sweat, your face gives you away. When she lies, her body stays cool, because to her, this isn't deception, it's emotional management. She's not hiding the truth to hurt you, she's managing your reaction so things don't blow up. That's the frame she's operating from, and that frame is exactly why she can look so confident while feeding you complete fiction. Dr. Bella DePaulo at the University of Virginia studied this for years. She found that women lie more frequently than men in relationships, but their lies are different. Men lie to make themselves look better, but women lie to make you feel better, or to avoid conflict, or to keep control of a situation that might spiral. So when she tells you nothing's wrong when something clearly is, or I'm not mad when she definitely is, she's not trying to deceive you out of malice. She's trying to control the emotional temperature of the room. And because she genuinely believes she's doing the right thing, there's no guilt, no fear, just smooth, confident delivery. That's why you can't catch her the way you'd catch a guy lying. She's not leaking the same signals. So what signals is she leaking? Because she definitely is. Everyone does. But you're looking for the wrong ones. You're watching her face. Big mistake. Her face is the most controlled part of the operation. She's been managing her facial expressions since the day she figured out that smiling at her dad got her out of trouble. What you need to watch is everything she's not controlling. The stuff that happens before her brain catches it. And I'll explain that in a bit. But let me paint you a picture. You ask her a simple question. Who were you with last night? If she's telling the truth, the answer comes fast. Zero delay. Sarah and Mike, we got dinner at that Thai place. But if she's lying, there's a micro pause. Not long, maybe half a second. But it's there. You'll feel it. That's her brain deciding which version of the story to tell you. Truth doesn't need a loading screen. Lies do. But here's another one. Listen to how much detail she gives you. Liars do one of two things. They either give you way too much detail because they're trying to make it sound believable, or they give you almost nothing because they don't want to get caught in specifics later. Truth sits right in the middle. It's detailed enough to make sense, but not so detailed that it sounds rehearsed. So if you ask where she was and she says, oh, just out with Emma, that's almost nothing. Red flag. But if she says, I was at Emma's, we ordered pizza from that place on 5th, watched half of some Netflix show I can't even remember the name of, then I left around 10:30 and hit traffic on the way back, so I didn't get home until almost 11:15. Now that's too much. She's building a fortress of details so you can't poke holes in it. The truth would sound more like, went to Emma's, we watched a show and ordered food, got back kinda late. Notice the difference, no performance, just facts. But here's where most guys mess up even after they spot the lie. They confront her directly. I know you're lying. And then it's World War III, because now you've triggered her defenses. She's gonna double down and you're gonna end up looking like the bad guy for not trusting her. So what do you do instead? You let her keep talking, because liars can't help themselves. They over-explain. They loop back to the same details, trying to reinforce them. They get defensive about questions that shouldn't be defensive. You just stay calm and ask normal follow-up questions like you believe her. Oh cool, what did you guys end up watching? If she's lying, she'll either freeze for a second, again, trying to remember the fake story, or she'll add even more unnecessary details. Truth is effortless. Lies take work. But here's what you need to understand. The reason she's so confident isn't just skill, but she's convinced herself she's not really lying. This is what psychologists call rationalization. She didn't cheat, she just hung out with someone. She didn't hide it from you, she just didn't think it was worth mentioning. In her mind, she's technically not lying because she's reframed what happened into something more innocent, and because she believes her version, she can sell it to you without flinching. This is the same mental trick people use to justify all kinds of behavior. I didn't steal, I borrowed. I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you everything. The line gets blurry on purpose. And this is exactly why the truth detector exists, because spotting the lie is only half the battle. Understanding why she's lying and what it means for you, that's what actually protects you from wasting time on someone who's playing games. Links in the description. But let me show you how this plays out in real time so you can see the full picture. Let's say you've been seeing her for 3 months. Things feel solid. Then one night she goes quiet on text, doesn't respond for hours. Next day she explains she fell asleep early. Totally reasonable, right? But then it happens again and again. And now you're noticing a pattern. Every time she goes dark, the excuse is slightly different but always plausible. My phone died. I was in the shower. I didn't see your message. But here's what's actually happening. She's keeping her options open. Maybe she's talking to someone else, or she's just not as invested as you are. Either way, the lie isn't about the specific excuse. It's about maintaining control while she figures out what she wants. And she's confident in those lies because to her, they're not lies. They're just little gaps she's allowed to have. Privacy, she'd call it. But you'd call it deception. And you'd both be right depending on where you're standing. But here's the question nobody wants to ask. What if you're not supposed to catch every lie? What if some lies are just part of the game and freaking out over every little thing makes you look weak? That's the trap most guys fall into. They learn to spot deception and suddenly they're interrogating her like she's a suspect. Why'd you take so long to text back? Who's that guy in your Instagram story? Why'd you phrase it that way? And now you're not the confident guy she was attracted to. You're the paranoid guy she's trying to escape from. So here's the real skill. Knowing which lies matter and which ones don't. Because yeah, she's gonna tell you little lies. I'm 5 minutes away when she's really 15. That dress was on sale when it wasn't. I barely noticed him when she definitely did. But those lies, they're just noise. Let them go. You correcting every tiny distortion makes you look insecure, not sharp. But the big lies, the ones about where she was, who she's talking to, what her intentions are, those you handle differently, not by confronting, by observing, by pulling back slightly and watching what she does when you stop chasing. Because here's what most guys miss. The lie isn't the problem. The lie is a symptom. If she's lying about who she's with or what she's doing, that means she doesn't feel safe telling you the truth. And that means one of two things. Either she's doing something she knows would upset you and doesn't care enough about you to stop, or she thinks you can't handle the truth without losing your mind. Both are problems, but they're different problems that need different solutions. If it's the first one, you're wasting your time. She's already halfway out the door. At this point, she's just keeping you around as a backup while she explores other options. The confident lie is her way of managing you until she's ready to pull the plug. But if it's the second one, you've created an environment where honesty feels dangerous. Maybe you've reacted badly before. Maybe you've been too available, too invested, too quick to make everything a big deal. So now she's learned that lying is easier than dealing with your reaction. But most guys never figure out which one they're dealing with. They just stay in the loop. catching lies, confronting her, getting promises that it won't happen again, then catching the next lie 3 weeks later. But here's how you break that pattern. You stop trying to catch her. You stop investigating. You stop making it your mission to verify everything she tells you, because that mission turns you into her parole officer, not her man. Instead, you just start watching her actions instead of her words. Does she make time for you consistently? Does she follow through on plans? Is she trying to build something with you? Or is she just keeping you around when it's convenient? Actions don't lie. Words do. So stop putting so much weight on what she says and stop putting weight on what she does. If her actions line up with someone who's invested, then the occasional small lie is just her managing the boring parts of reality. Let it slide. If her actions look like someone who's keeping distance, building escape routes, or testing other options, then it doesn't even matter if she's lying or not. The result is the same. She's not all in. But here's the move that separates guys who get played from guys who don't. When you sense she's lying about something that matters, you don't confront it. You just pull back. You just become slightly less available, slightly less reactive, slightly less invested, and then you watch what she does. If she was lying because she's exploring other options, she'll barely notice you pulling back. She might even feel relieved because now there's less pressure. That tells you everything. You can walk away clean. But if she was lying because she thought you couldn't handle the truth, she'll notice the shift immediately. She'll start reaching out more, trying to reconnect. And that's when you can actually have a real conversation, not from a place of insecurity, but from a place of calm standards. Hey, I've noticed some things don't quite add up lately. I'm not trying to control you or interrogate you, but I need honesty. If that's not something you can give me right now, that's fine, but I'm not interested in games. Now that frame, that's what shifts everything. You're not accusing her. You're not begging for truth. You're just stating your standard and giving her the choice to meet it or not. But most guys can't do this because they're too afraid of losing her. So they tolerate the lies. They tolerate the shady behavior. They tolerate being treated like an option. And she loses respect for them every single day. The wildest part, the more you tolerate, the more confident her lies become. Because now she knows you're not going anywhere. She can feed you whatever story she wants, and you'll find a way to believe it because walking away feels worse than staying in the fog. But that's the real reason she's so confident when she's lying. It's not just that she's skilled, it's that you've trained her to know the lie will work. Think about it. The first time she told you a sketchy story and you let it slide, you set a precedent. You showed her that your boundaries are flexible, that your standards have loopholes, that she can push the line, and you'll just adjust where the line is. So the second lie comes easier, and the third. And by the 10th, she's not even trying that hard anymore because she knows you're going to rationalize it for her. Maybe she really didn't see my text. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm being controlling. Congratulations, you're doing her job for her. She doesn't even need to be that good at lying anymore because you're convincing yourself on her behalf. This is what I call cooperative deception. She tells the lie, but you're the one who makes it true by accepting it. And the scary part, most guys don't even realize they're doing this until they're 6 months deep, and suddenly the whole relationship was built on things that never quite added up. Here's a story that will make this clear. I knew a guy called Mike. Smart dude, good job, in shape, met a girl, Jess. Things moved quite fast. 3 months in, she's staying over most nights, talking about future trips, the complete package. But then one weekend, she tells him she's going to visit her sister upstate. Cool, no problem. Except he sees her active on Instagram at 2 a.m. posting from some bar downtown. Not upstate, downtown. She doesn't miss a beat. Oh yeah, plans changed last minute. My sister couldn't do it, so I just stayed here, and Emma dragged me out for a drink. Totally reasonable explanation, right? Except she never mentioned the plan changing. Never texted him about it. Just let him think she was somewhere she wasn't. Mike let it go. Figured it wasn't worth making a big deal over. But here's what he didn't see. That moment was a test. She was checking if he'd hold the line or bend it. He bent it, so she pushed further. 2 weeks later, she's working late, but her location shows she's at a restaurant. Different excuse, same pattern. By month 5, Mike's playing detective, trying to track her stories because nothing quite lines up anymore. And she's still calm as ever, delivering explanations like she's reading the news. He finally ended it after finding texts that made everything clear. But here's the kicker. When he confronted her with proof, she still tried to spin it. Even with the evidence right there, she looked him in the eye and tried to reframe it as not what it looks like. That's the level of confidence we're talking about. And it only existed because Mike spent 5 months showing her that lying works. worked. Now, I'm not saying you should be paranoid. I'm not saying you should turn into some controlling psycho who tracks her every move. That's just as bad, maybe worse. What I'm saying is this: have standards and actually enforce them. Not through interrogation, not through drama, just through your willingness to walk away when someone shows you they're not trustworthy. Because here's the truth, most guys can't swallow. You can't make her honest. You can't logic her into respecting you. You can't love her into changing. The only thing you control is whether you stay or go. And the guys who stay with women who lie confidently and consistently, they're choosing that. Maybe because they're afraid of being alone. Maybe because they think this is the best they can get. Maybe because they've convinced themselves that all women are like this, so why bother leaving? But they're wrong. Not all women lie like this. Yeah, everyone manages the truth sometimes. Everyone smooths over awkward details. But there's a difference between social grace and strategic deception. And you know the difference when you feel it. When you're with someone who's actually solid, you don't have this constant background hum of suspicion. You're not checking stories. You're not piecing together timelines. You're just relaxed because her actions match her words consistently enough that trust builds naturally. That's what you're aiming for. Not perfection. Not someone who never bends the truth. Just someone who's honest about the things that matter and doesn't make you feel crazy for expecting basic transparency. And if you're not getting that, the move isn't to get better at catching lies. The move is to find someone who doesn't make you need that skill in the first place. And if finding that right someone is a top priority for you, the first link in the description takes you straight to my book, The Truth Detector. It's everything you need to figure out if she's really interested, if she's using you, or if she's just playing games. Go grab it now. But if you already have, click here to watch this video next. YouTube thinks you'll love it, and I'll see you there.